Hi, everyone. Welcome to another Homeschool Live with the Old Schoolhouse. I'm Heather, and today I am joined again with Rebecca LaPlante. She is from Radford College in Virginia. Please go ahead and leave any comments throughout the interview. If you have any questions, put those in the chat, put those in the comment section, and we will get to those throughout the interview. And if you're watching at a later date, still put your questions in, and we will do our best to make sure those are answered for you. Also, go ahead and share this on your timeline, share it with your friends. If you have friends who have kids that are looking for college options, looking for post-secondary options for their teen, go ahead and share this with them because Rebecca has some incredible information to share and to just ease the mind of parents who are concerned about college entrance and requirements and how the whole process goes. So I just appreciate you joining us, and I'm so excited to introduce you to Rebecca LaPlante. She has over 2 decades of dedicated service in the college admissions field. Her career has been marked by a commitment to higher education. She has a passion for helping students navigate this difficult, complex journey of college admissions, and I'm so excited that she is here with us today. And before she gets started, I know she has an exciting announcement to share with everyone that was just released. And I really would hope that you'd stay to the end of this interview as well. I have an exciting announcement for another scholarship opportunity open to homeschoolers. And so make sure you listen to the whole interview so you can hear about that information. Rebecca, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate your time. How are you doing today?
Doing well, Heather. It's great to be with you all today.
Yeah, so last time we spoke, I was just blown away by the options and the academics provided at Radford University. And I'm just so excited for those who maybe missed that conversation. They're just tuning in now. They're not familiar with Radford. Can you just share a little bit about Radford University with us?
Absolutely, absolutely. So, again, I am Rebecca LaPlante, and I am the Director of Campus Engagement at Radford University. I actually attended Radford and have 2 degrees here myself. I definitely think Radford is an amazing school with lots of wonderful options for students and that are looking for a small to medium-sized school. Of course, we are in the southwestern portion of Virginia, and we definitely encourage our students to explore interests in the classroom as well as on campus and in the beautiful outdoors. We're really fortunate of our geographic location of providing a lot of outdoor opportunities for students. We offer everything from fashion design to cybersecurity, managing a stock portfolio will help you with that, to archaeological digs, and from clinical work with patients to real world ambulance simulator. So those just gives you just a very quick highlight of some of the things that you would get to learn and do as a student here at Radford. You have opportunities to grow and learn in a forward thinking, close knit environment. So we definitely feel like our majors and programs are going to be ones that give you all of the opportunities to be successful after you graduate. You're going to have opportunities for internships, for study abroad options, for every possible hands on experience doing undergraduate research to really help you set yourself apart in the academic field that you're interested in. So lots of exciting academic programs, and I'd love to chat more with you about them. I know we're going to share my contact information at the end as well. But one of the exciting opportunities that was just released today that I'd love to take a moment to go ahead and highlight is our Radford Tuition Promise. So all of these things and more that I just mentioned that you can do if you become a student at Radford, we actually just released and made a pretty big announcement today that beginning with our 24-25 academic year, our incoming freshmen and transfer students with Virginia residency whose families have an adjusted gross income or AGI of $100,000 or less, according to their 2022 federal tax return. And of course, we're also looking at the student aid index, which would be $15,000 as determined by the FAFSA. So filing the FAFSA gives you all of these details and information. Those students will receive gift aid to cover the cost of their tuition at Radford University. So this is a wonderful announcement that we're really excited about. We do have a lot of first generation students that attend Radford and a lot of families that we believe this will benefit. Now, if you don't fall into that category, please know that there are a lot of other opportunities with our financial aid and scholarships that could still support you and help with that cost. We are one of the most affordable in the state of Virginia. So knowing that these are options that are available to you is something that I hope will help Radford be very near the top of your list as you are considering your post-secondary plans.
Well, that's absolutely incredible, Rebecca. So basically, you're saying tuition-free college for Virginia residents that fall into a certain category. That is
Correct.
unheard of and incredible. Can you maybe talk to us, okay, about what the costs a student will still need? So tuition's covered, but what would they still need to pay?
Yes. So room and board is, and there's fees and room and board, of course, costs that still go into your overall total cost of attendance when you're looking at a college or university. So families that are within 60 miles of the campus have the ability to commute, and those students, of course, would not have some of those additional fees that other students would if they're not going to be living on campus. But for our families, for students that would be living on campus, then of course you do have those additional costs, and we can put some of these things in the chat. I'll pull up a link with our total. It has to do with a few different things, so it's not just one amount, because it depends on where you live on campus, which meal plan you choose, and so there's some other little specifics that we can help talk about, but I'll make sure that I get those links so that they will be available for everyone as well. Again, still one of the most affordable in the state of Virginia. So room and board and additional costs, you're looking at closer to $11,000 for the year if we take out the tuition. Yeah.
That is incredible. I mean, that's absolutely affordable in so many different ways. You know, if parents who are saving up for their kids to pay for that, or you know, even students who would want to work their way through college, that would absolutely be doable with that price point. So it's just incredible that this actually is an option. A lot of parents, you know, they get to the high school years with their kids, finances, they just don't really know how to navigate, you know, college entrance, the process of it. So a lot of them, including myself, might lean towards the community college option, which is an absolute doable option. But explain to us how, you know, Bradford University or four-year university can be just as affordable as a two-year school.
Absolutely. Yes. We talk to students and families quite often about thinking about those parallel paths. So as you're thinking about embarking upon the college application process as a student or family, and again, we know that it can be very overwhelming. So please take the time to work with your admissions counselors or individuals within the colleges and universities you're considering, because they are going to be very likely a wonderful supporter to you to help you through the process. For example, we have students that are considering starting with us at Radford, but they're also looking at options of starting at their community college. Again, just like Heather said, it's a totally doable and wonderful option for families, families that are looking at that overall cost factor as a big part of the college decision. We completely respect that and want to support them in whatever decision they make. With that being said, we do have students and families we've worked with over the years that didn't realize that filing the FAFSA and looking at the scholarships and options that they could be eligible for a school like Radford can sometimes be just as cost effective, and sometimes there are scholarships and opportunities that we have available that those students are going to be able to have the same cost or very similar to them starting out at the community college. So again, creating that parallel path, making sure that you have all plans and options on the table, taking the time to look at what that financial aid package could look like, what the opportunities could be available to you. Sometimes it has to do with your major or program, if it could be more advantageous to be able to start out at the four-year school based on the way that your courses are taught, if it's very sequential in nature. Again, we have a very strong relationship with our community college partners, so this is not to take away from that. It is more of a keeping the options open and being aware of the opportunities that could be available so that students and families can make the best choice for them.
That is so wonderful. I know a lot of homeschoolers that are watching, you know, they're up in the air, even just about a university in general. They're not 100% sure if a degree is needed for the field that their child is considering. Can you talk about maybe your top majors and what type of jobs the graduates received after taking those majors?
Absolutely. Yes. We have a very high job placement in our position, in our majors and programs at Radford. And then we also have a high percentage of students, if they're not going directly into the workforce and the position related to their major, then they're going to graduate school to continue their career options. So for us, very fortunate to see all of that preparation and support that we're able to provide to our students. And of course, lots of networking and connections that are made during your time in college. So we have all of those aspects that are very, very supportive of our students. So for us, some of our top majors and most popular areas of study are nursing, very high job placement in nursing. We actually have one of the highest pass rates of the NCLEX exam, which nurses have have to pass to be able to practice in their field. And we're doing really well in that area. That program is here on our main campus as well as in Roanoke. We do have 2 sites for Radford University, the main campus, which is pictured behind me, as well as a campus in Roanoke, Virginia, Radford University Carilion. So with that in mind, the nursing program exists both places. We also have very popular for us is our education program, and that's going to look different depending on what area you're pursuing. We have secondary education, and you would pick the course subject that you're planning to teach. So you'd major in English if you're planning to be an English teacher, and then you would complement and work with the education program to do your student teaching and get all of your education courses. So we have a 4-year program in education for you to be placed in the school system. So you don't have to go on to complete your master's, but you can. We do have the 5th-year master's program as well. But teaching, nursing, our business program, we're in the top 5% of business schools in the country with a specific accreditation that we hold. And we also have a very strong criminal justice program, very popular for us here at Radford for students who are planning to pursue that field. So those are a few examples of popular majors, but then we have a lot of programs that are more unique. Our cybersecurity program, we had the first bachelor's degree program in Virginia, and so that's a very exciting opportunity for our students. Very job placement heavy. We lots of jobs out there for the cybersecurity field, and so lots of opportunities for students to use those skills. Our computer science program is also has a very high job placement rate as well. And then, of course, things like fashion design or interior design programs, those are a little bit more unique. Music therapy, also a unique program for us here at Radford. And we have, again, that Carilion campus in Roanoke, things like emergency services and respiratory therapy, which have very high job placements. Respiratory therapy is 100% job placement. So just seeing that these skills and the opportunities that you're going to gain through Radford University at either site that you were to choose, we are working very closely with you to help you feel connected and prepared for when you leave us. So we want to make sure we know that you've made all those connections, you've completed every clinical internship, research project, anything that's going to help you put your best foot forward, be marketable, set yourself apart when you are going into the job market that you're going to be working through after you leave us.
And that's absolutely incredible what you said about how many people pass the nursing test. I never went into nursing, but I remember in college, I had roommates, they'd be so stressed out, or, I meet people, it took several times to pass that test. It's not an easy, not an easy venture. And, thinking about the top majors that you were mentioning, nursing, education, EMT, everything that you were mentioning, like you said, there is a high demand in all these areas. Yes. And so, even just in any area, when I talk to people, that are even a generation older than me, they say it's so hard to find willing workers. It's so hard to find people that are willing to work. And, and so our homeschoolers, take advantage of this inexpensive opportunity and receive that degree. God can absolutely use their gifts and abilities. And the top 2 you mentioned were nursing and education, which made me think of a lot of students in the homeschool world are thinking of ministry opportunities or even mission opportunities overseas. And those 2 are definitely top 2 that are needed. I even was able to use my education degree to that opened up doors for me to go overseas. It happens all over. And so even if people have a different mindset and they're not 100% sure if college is for them, I know for me personally, having that degree open up so many doors, and it can be so affordable. And I'm just so excited about the opportunity that just rolled out today for the next school year for homeschoolers and for those in Virginia. It's just absolutely incredible. So as parents are thinking about college, and they're thinking about the college admissions process in particular, can you talk about specifically how you help homeschool students? I know it might be a little different, more unique than maybe public school students. A lot of homeschoolers might be nervous about applying. Can you ease their mind for us today? How do you help them?
Absolutely, yes. So first of all, Radford University welcomes and enjoys working with our homeschool families. So please know that we want to make this process as seamless and transparent for you as possible. Please help us through the process if there are things that you have questions about that you feel like we need to give you more information or share more widely on our website or things of that nature. Please don't ever hesitate to reach out so that we can be partners in this together. But I think the biggest pieces of advice and just aspect that I want to share with the homeschool families is that we are definitely looking for opportunities to get you to campus. We want you to see the campus and meet people and be able to experience learning more about our campus community so that you can see if it's the right fit for you, of course. And we're fortunate that being that smaller to medium sized community means it may be a very easy transition for you coming to our school like Radford, because we do have smaller class sizes. Our student to faculty ratio is 12-1. So we work very closely in those small knit communities, and we really want to make sure that you feel like you're being supported and have all the tools to be successful. As far as the application process itself goes, it's very straightforward. We actually currently do not have an application fee at Radford. So we're a member of the Common App, and we have our own application on our website, and either one is perfectly fine with us, whichever one you choose to complete. And for us, we are going to be looking at your application. You have an opportunity to write a personal statement or essay. And this is just for us to get to know you a little bit better beyond those grades on your transcript and some of the things that you've been doing. And then we are test optional. So we do not require test scores for you to be admitted to Radford. We're going to be focused on that academic GPA, the courses you've been completing through your homeschool curriculum, and what you've taken advantage of. We do see some students in the homeschool curriculums that have had the opportunity to take some dual enrollment classes through their local community colleges or some other virtual classes of that nature. And if you have been able to do that, that's wonderful. That just helps you be more prepared for the college environment. However, otherwise, we're going to be working with you. And if we have additional questions about anything that we see on a transcript, we're very good about corresponding with you and letting you know. And so please just always see that as us wanting to learn and trying to support you through the application process. But again, pretty straightforward. Doesn't take much time to complete. And no application fee. So we'd love to be able to learn more about you and give you the opportunities to get that admission to Radford, and then evaluate all of the opportunities we can provide you with our scholarships and financial aid as well.
Now, Radford is located in Virginia, but obviously it's open to students worldwide, correct?
Exactly. Yes. Yes, we have a large percentage of students do represent Virginia, the Commonwealth of Virginia. However, we do have students closer to about 15% that are coming out of state and out of the country to Radford. So we definitely see more from those bordering states of North Carolina, Maryland, West Virginia, Tennessee, and so on. But we definitely have students coming from, again, all over the United States, as well as students coming from, I believe currently we have 30 countries represented. So we definitely have students coming from lots of places to be a part of the Radford community.
And for the parent that is working on maybe their student is just going into ninth grade, but they're still, looking at what is ahead, and they're starting to prepare the transcript. Now, there's transcript services offered, through different organizations, your state organization, even schoolhouseteachers.com. There's different ways that you can figure that out. But is there a certain formula of X amount of credits that a student needs to have per year? Or is there a website? You probably don't want to go over all this now, but how can we find out what is needed?
Yes, absolutely. We can definitely drop some more links in the chat at the end of the session today. But yes, we do. We kind of focus on some of the traditional things that you would see. Nothing too earth shattering, but the 4 units of English. We recommend 3 units of math, including Algebra 2. We're looking for three lab sciences are recommended as well. So foreign languages are not required. If a student has the opportunity to take those, then clearly we will review that information. But we're going to be focused a little bit more heavily on that English and math and lab science preparation to see that that's going to be the best predictor for the courses, for their success in the courses that they'd be taking in most of their majors and programs with us at Radford. So pretty standard in that range. And then of course, students, we do have a direct admission program that we also unveiled this year, that students that are able to achieve a 3.3 or higher in their academic college coursework. And then we'll be looking at those students with including Algebra 2. So 3.3 and Algebra 2 does mean a direct admission to Radford. And so we'll be reviewing that information. It doesn't mean that if your criteria is a little different that we will not still consider you. Of course we will, but that direct admission process would qualify for those students.
Wow, that's incredible. So would that be following the junior year, or because you can apply in your senior
Yes.
year? Is that
correct? Thank you for mentioning that, Heather. Yes, that would be at the end of your junior year.
Okay.
And we do work with students for senior year if we see that we need some additional grades. If a student is on a grading system, that we could get some grades from like a semester grade or some grades in senior year if needed. But frequently we are able to use the end of junior year for our review process.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just asking these questions because I have a senior myself. So I love getting this information. This is so incredible.
I've already offered to Heather to be on speed dial as her senior is going through the process and help in any way I can.
Yes, I'm so excited. Definitely my wheels are turning right now. This is so incredible. So, like I said, I'm in the boat. There's a lot of parents out there watching her in the boat right now. Do you think you can describe what you see personally as one of the biggest challenges that homeschoolers have in the college admissions process?
Yeah, I think in the admissions process, it goes back to what I was saying a moment ago. If you feel that there are questions or things that aren't covered that seem to be speaking a little bit more towards a student that perhaps is going through, the public school system and have a little bit of a different experience, please always know that you can just reach out to us. If something doesn't apply to you or if it doesn't feel like that it's speaking to you as a homeschool family, please just know that we are just a phone call or an email away if you want to go over something or understand something better from your perspective. Because I do think that's probably one of the hurdles that homeschool families do experience sometimes, that they're sometimes don't feel like they fit into the conversation if there is something that we're presenting or talking about that might be fitting into the larger scale population. But again, we've had wonderful students to join us at Radford that have been a part of homeschool communities and definitely thrived at Radford and are having great experiences. So please know that we are here for you and we want you to have the same experience. But again, if there are any hiccups or challenges or hurdles that you experience in the application process, please don't hesitate to reach out. I think for me, the biggest advice I always give to a homeschool student and family is to use that personal statement or essay to your advantage, to take the time to fill out everything that's available to you on the application. So it helps us to know more about you, but then also to use that personal statement to share more about yourself, because, if we're not going to be able to perhaps read something that a school counselor or a teacher would have said about you from a student that's in a traditional school setting, then this gives you the ability to say, hey, I want you to know some things that I've been doing and some things that have been important to me as part of my homeschool curriculum, things I've enjoyed learning, reasons that I'd like to come and study XYZ major at this institution. So just know that as you're applying, all colleges and universities are just trying to get to know the students and looking for ways to see how they're going to be a part of that campus community. So anything that you take the time to share with us is going to be really helpful.
Well, I think that advice is pure gold because it just makes sense, that you're just trying to get to know the student. And so for the student that loves to write, this is going to be great for them. If they don't love to write, Mom, you can include it as part of their homeschool curriculum to work on those essays so the admissions officers can get to know them.
Yes.
So you talked about community living. I would love if you could share about some of the clubs, activities, just basically campus life, what that would look like for a student coming to Radford.
Absolutely, yes. So we definitely are a school that thrives on our campus community, and we know that it's a huge part of the students' experience. So we have over 250 clubs and organizations, ranging from everything to do with Student Government Association to the performing arts. So there's so many different ways that students can be involved. We have an organization called SMIPO, which stands for the Student Management. I just went blank there. Of course, that's how this happens. Investment Portfolio Organization, Student Management Investment Portfolio Organization. I know it's live, so we can't cut this and fix it, but that's a great example of students who are investing dollars through our foundation. and it's real money, and they're getting to actually experience what this would look like to do the investments. And there's positions within this organization. There's HR consultant, there's presidents, there's CEOs. And so it gives students that real world experience for what that's going to look like. But then there's organizations, of course, with students that are interested in religious-based organizations. We have over 15, and those are on campus for students who want to continue to support their faith through community while in college. We have denomination-specific clubs, as well as larger organizations like Cru and Young Life. Another good example is our Catholic campus ministry offers access to Mass and even hosts Ash Wednesday to kick off Lent. So I think that there's just lots of good examples of how we help our students stay involved and stay committed to the things that are important to them. There's club sports, there's intramural teams, there are Division I in our athletics, of course, and then our communities on campus, our residence halls have residence assistants who live in those spaces, and so they create that community as well and help support students to learn more and experience ways to find that network of individuals that's going to be supportive to them, and the individuals that's going to help them to really just get through that college experience. There's days that are going to be easier and days that'll be harder, and it's always great to have your people to help you through those things.
Well, that's incredible. I appreciate you sharing, all the opportunities. I think that puts a lot of parents' minds at ease, knowing, they have the RAs, they have the community, they have the faith-based organizations if needed. So that is absolutely incredible. Before we sign off, I just would love if you could just let our audience know, how can they find out more about Radford University? How can they apply? You have so many incredible offerings with guaranteed acceptance with a certain GPA, or the new program that you are announcing today. And I'm going to make sure I put that up for everyone to see. And I will put this after the event. I will put this in the link so everyone can link through to this. It is called the Tuition Promise. Is that what it's called? Okay, so that is absolutely incredible. Can you let everyone know where they can go in addition to the Tuition Promise?
Yes.
To maybe apply if they're interested?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, fun fact, on the Tuition Promise website, there's also an apply link. We were really smart about that. So it's all the ways you can find access to apply. But yes, just our main homepage, it's going to be very easy to get to the apply and applications space, which is just radford.edu. So it's going to be lots of ways that we can get you all the information that you need. But our application is open. We are currently reviewing applications. We do encourage, we're approaching our early action deadline very soon, November 1st. So next Wednesday is going to be our early action deadline. We do encourage students to complete their application by November 1st, if at all possible, because that will just give them more opportunities. That a direct admit program that we talked about with the 3.3 and Algebra 2 being completed is going to be a perfect opportunity for you to get that decision earlier in the process. And then, of course, for the Radford Tuition Promise, if those criteria or that you feel like you fall into with your financial aid background, the FAFSA will be available in December. So we encourage you to be on the lookout as soon as it's released and try to get that processed in to us in the January timeframe would be my recommendation, if possible. Definitely by February, so that you can meet those priority deadlines as well. But yeah, for us, again, November 1 is the priority deadline for early action. And then, of course, we will have a regular decision deadline of February 1st. But the earlier, the better. The earlier we get you in the communication, we can inform you about financial aid opportunities. We can let you know about the workshops and programming that might be supportive to you as a family as you're going through the process. And then, of course, the earlier we can get an admission decision sent to you, you can start signing up for things like our Highlander Days, which are admitted student events, and opportunities to help you get acclimated to all of the next steps in your application checklist. So those are all things we'd love to do for you as well. We do have an open house coming up this Saturday. Anyone that wants to make a last-minute road trip, that's going to be on October 28th. So we'd love to see any of you all here on campus if you're able to join us then. And then, of course, November 11th will be our next open house. So lots of opportunities. November 4th is our Roanoke site. We'll be hosting an open house. So again, all of this information is on the website, and I'll make sure Heather has all the links for letting you all know where you can sign up to visit, sign up to apply, or sign up to learn more about the Radford Tuition Promise. Again, lots of exciting things are happening on our campus, and we do have lots of great opportunities for you and your family to come and visit and learn more and see all the great things that we have to offer at Radford.
Well, thank you so much, Rebecca. This is incredible. And yes, I look forward to those links so everybody watching can check those out. And definitely, if you are in the area or you can make it in half a day, drive out and check out Radford University on one of those open house days. And I also wanted to let everyone know that if you are looking for a scholarship opportunity, there is an opportunity through the NAC, that is the National Academic Homeschool Competition. We have partnered, TOS has partnered with College Options Foundation, and we are giving away 3 $500 scholarships and additional smaller scholarships. So check out nacregistration.com. Head over there. You have just a few more weeks to check that out. If you are a schoolhouseteachers.com member, then you can compete in the competition for only half the price, and those who compete and win the championship round will receive the scholarship. So head over to nacregistration.com to check that out to make going to college more affordable. But I am just so excited about the affordability that Rebecca has shared about Radford. It is definitely making me more excited about this college searching process for my kids, and I hope you're just as excited. Thank you so much, Rebecca, and thank you everyone for joining me. And we will see you for another Homeschool Live. Let me just let you know that our next Homeschool Live will be a roundtable, and it'll be November 8th. And Paul and Gina Soros, the publishers of the company, will be here along with Hal and Melanie Young. So you're not going to want to miss that. And we will see you then. Thanks.